It's all money, 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 though, in this world now, huh? Money, money, money. Everything money, money, money. Money's not the most important thing, is it? Well, second, maybe, third, somewhere in there. Yeah, it's not the most important thing, but it's close. The fiscal cliff. There's all this talk now about the fiscal cliff. I got an idea for the fiscal cliff. Let's put a mom in charge of this economy for once and march a couple politicians off the fiscal cliff. How's that sound to you? Yeah. Because a mom can pay the bills and balance the checkbook and do the shopping and use a coupon to save 10%. Show me a senator that can do that. You can't do it. And I don't think most people really understand the scope of the problem. Imagine a stack of $1,000 bills as high as a 50-story skyscraper. Well, that's only $1 billion. $1 trillion is 1,000 times that. $1 trillion is over 90-mile high stack of $1,000 bills. And our national debt is 16 times that. Well, no wonder they canceled the space shuttle program. What do we need a rocket for? We just have the astronauts climb the Jolly Green Death Stalk into space. I went to church a while back, and well, it was a while back, and this old man sits down next to me. He says, "What's the sermon about?" I said, "Oh, purity of the soul." He says, "Say what?" I said, "Purity of the soul." He goes, "Put money in the bowl." Hell, that's what he always talks about. I thought, he kind of does, but he got that new Cadillac, What are you going to do? I took my kids to Dollar Tree a while back. I gave them each $1. They went straight to the toy aisle and bought $100 worth of play money each. We get out to the car, and they're just cracking up. I said, "What's so funny, guys?" They go, "We really ripped them off, eh, Dad? Oh, look at all this loot. We got 20s in here." I said, "Yeah, it's too bad I can't take you kids down to the casino and make a little play money for Dad." Went in the bank the other day. Gal behind the counter says to me, "Has anyone told you about our free maps?" I said, "No, do tell." She goes, "Okay, well, if you deposit $25,000 or more into one of our savings accounts, we give you this free Rand McNally map." I said, "Let me get this straight. I give you 25 grand, you give me a map?" She goes, "Yeah." I said, I don't mean to be rude or anything, but in Bangkok, if you give them 25 grand, they give you a free monk, okay? You get the bald head, the flip-flops, the enlightenment. They give you the whole monk over there. Her boss leans over the counter. "Yes, sir, but you have to feed a monk." I said, "So what? They're vegetarians and they love gardening. They're like little perpetual munction machines." All I'm saying is if our banks want to compete in this new global economy, they're going to have to do better than, free maps. They can't give you a monk. How about a gallon of milk, right, moms? A gallon of milk's worth a couple of bucks. Turn your checking account into a cash cow right down here at Citibank. We'll give you a gallon of milk. The price of gas these days, though, is ridiculous, isn't it? It's just ridiculous. I was filling my truck up the other day, and I realized that a gallon of gas now costs as much as a 6-pack of beer. I thought, well, if I can't afford to have a drinking problem, then why should I go to work every day so my truck can have one? I took my truck down to AAA and enrolled them into their 12-step program. He's like, "Hello, my name's Ford. I'm an F-350 long bed crew cab 4x4, and I'm a gas guzzler." All the other vehicles were like, "Welcome, Ford." This one SUV's like, "Hey, I'm Dodge. You can sit by me." Of course, the other car is like, "My name's Prius. Pleased to make your acquaintance." I'm convinced, though, that if oil prices keep going up the way they are, one of these days, women aren't going to want diamonds anymore. You know what they're going to want? Designer buckets of crude oil. And you're going to see these ads on TV with this pretty gal walking down Rodeo Drive carrying her designer bucket of crude oil. "I'm so pretty, I'm tall, blonde, and skinny, and my life is perfect because I've got a Louis Vuitton 5-gallon bucket of crude oil." Of course, all the girls watching the ads are going to be like, "I'm so jealous because all I ever get are diamonds because my husband has to work for a living." This 9/10 a gallon business. We're still paying an extra 9/10 a gallon. Does that money go directly to the CEOs? Is that why they make $36 million a year off of the 9/10 a gallon? Or are they afraid that we're just not going to pay that extra 1/10 of a cent? That does it. I'm going to pay $3.67, but I'm not going to pay $3.68. I'll ride a mule before I pay $3.68 a gallon. So I think we should go to the gas station on Monday, order 1 gallon of gas, and ask for exact change. If they can't give it to you, then say, hey, how about that piece of bazooka bubble gum? I'm convinced that's why they have those little individual cigarettes next to the cash register. That's for people who get really mad at the extra 9/10 of a cent. Here, have a cigarette and go out and it'll be okay. My wife and I were walking in a park a while back. We see this elderly couple in front of us holding hands and laughing and talking about life. It was beautiful, you know. Then all of a sudden the old man buckles over at the waist, starts making all this noise. His wife says, honey, are you okay? Are you okay? He goes, yeah. I'm just picking up this quarter. She goes, a quarter? She goes, I thought you were dying. I thought you were having a heart attack or something. She goes, you're not allowed to do that anymore. Unless you find at least $1. The dollars add up. We need those for the co-pays. I found $5 a while back. It was pretty exciting. It was all wadded up in a ball covered with lint and hair and stuff. And I unfolded, hey, $5. Started thinking about all the things I could do with it. Man, I could get a gallon of gas, or I could go out for Chinese food. I could buy 5 lottery tickets and hit it big. Or I could give it to a homeless person. Somebody who really needs the $5. I just folded it up and went and put it in my pocket when I got that feeling like somebody's standing right behind me. So I turned around real quick. Well, it was my daughter. She looks up at me, good morning, Daddy. I said, oh, good morning, Ivy. She goes, Daddy? I said, yeah. She goes, what are you doing in Mommy's purse? I'm like busted. I said, Dad's just, I'm just looking for some gum, honey. I'm just looking for some gum. She says, oh, goody, did you find any? I said, no, I didn't, sorry. She goes, that's a bummer. Guess you're just going to have to share that $5 with me then, aren't you? You know how much of that $5 I had to share with her? The whole $5. I'm like, can't Dad, here, write you a check here, take one of Mom's credit cards. Can't leave Dad with little cash. Dads never have any cash. Hear about this lady, though, up in Albuquerque? She went into a Cracker Barrel, had to use the bathroom. Hanging on the peg was a bag, and inside that bag was $100,000 of untraceable cash. Well, you know what she did with the money, don't you? I mean, what would you do, I know what I would do. That ain't what she did. She turned it in. She turned it in. And God's up there going, all right, there you go. Man, that makes me feel, wait, hold on a second. What are you doing? No, give it to him. He's the assistant manager. He's just going to take the money home. That money was for you. You've been praying to me, God, just if I get a little bit of money would be wonderful. So I gave you $100,000. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, Dad, come here, son. See that down there? There's just no helping some people.